Well, it's only the beginning of 2020 and we're already focusing on a country cup here in Victoria. It is the Warragul Toyota Warragul Cup at Group 2 level. The great man George Farrugia here to preview the race with myself. George, the Warragul Cup, always an exciting race, 460 metres around the horseshoe track. It's always a cracker.
Yeah, we always get great speed in this race, and unfortunately we've had a scratching to really change this race up.
Well, it really is breaking news straight off the top, because he would have been the hot favourite, number 8, Hooked on Scotch, but he has been withdrawn. The Thompsons immediately after the race, or pretty much that night, saying that the greyhound will be scratched. Unfortunately, it is due to a stopper injury, which is a fairly serious injury, and just getting off topic, Georgia, it can be a career-ending injury, the stopper, so let's hope, fingers crossed, he will race again.
Well, you're the trainer amongst the two of us, but speaking to trainers in the past, it's one of those tricky injuries that you need to try to get right, especially a greyhound of his speed. His heat run was unbelievable, nearly breaking the track record. It's a shame we're not going to see him there, but fingers crossed we don't see him on the sidelines for too long.
Well, if not, he's going to have a very bright stud career, that's for sure, and he had drawn box 8 as well, so he would have been beautifully drawn, but that's not to be. Here is the box drawn now. Wes Woodley comes up with the inside. I think the speed in the race is clearly Crimson Vixen. Whiskey Right, the Melbourne Cup champ, he's drawn 7. Le Grand Quality drawn the 6, and just looking at the market, Whiskey Right around the $2.50 mark, $3.60 Le Grand Quality. I think the value here, George, Crimson Vixen, about the $6.
Yeah, look, she leads a lot of country cups. She's already a country cup winner. Unbelievably, in the first 3 heats, I've never seen anything like it. Their split times are almost identical, the heat winners, and their overall time was identical. Ironically, Crimson Vixen didn't win, but her first 2 splits were the fastest on the program. Yeah. She's an absolute star. Will she be able to hold out some of these other greyhounds?
Yeah, when we are looking at the speed map in a race, it is so very important. I think about 40 or 50% of dogs who lead generally go on to win the race. Don't hold me to that stat, but it's approximately that. She went 6.35 to the first peg, the next quickest around about 6.46, which is almost 2 lengths behind. So based on what she did in the heat, she's going to lead this Warragul Cup Crimson Vixen by 2 lengths, and we'll look at her replay now from last week. She just came out all guns a-blazing, George, and she's going to do the same again on Saturday night.
That second split of low 11 seconds, you probably wouldn't have seen too much quicker. Orson Allen, I think, done a similar time last year. It's really elite. The interesting runner for me in this final will be Speedstar 2, drawn off the pink. He's a greyhound that can show elite speed as well. He might be able to just hold them out a little bit for Crimson Vixen.
Well, I think that's the key. At this stage, if there's no more scratchings, he will jump from box number 8, Speedstar. And if Crimson Vixen leads like she did, Speedstar follows to second. He could be the cover that's, I guess, getting in the way of all of the other runners as they try and chase that after Crimson Vixen. Taking a look at the replay now, Peter Gallo and Slingshot Hammer. He's all class, Peter Gallo. He knows how to win races. He went 25.41 and he was just the professional.
Well, I thought it was a great run because Slingshot Hammer had been racing in almost career best form, 29.60 odd at the Meadows the week before, and he really put paid to him pretty quickly, Peter Gallo. He's the interesting runner for me in a sense that he's drawn away from all that real hustle and bustle early, where he sits on that first corner. He's just a terrific greyhound.
He can win from anywhere, Peter Gallo, but I think he probably would have been better off drawn on the outside of the pace where he can just follow around and swoop off the back. Whiskey Right, the Melbourne Cup champ, was at his brilliant best. He went 6.46 to the first mark, just burnt them from the get-go. 25.46 was the overall run. It was a dazzling display, and look, as it turned out, it was similar to all of the other heats.
He's such a pro, isn't he? He has been in really good form for the last 2 or 3 months. Of course, he'll probably head to the Paws of Thunder after this, and who's to say he can't win another Group 1. But first things first, Saturday night. I mean, he just does things right, this greyhound. His run in the Ballarat Cup was outstanding in just getting beaten. Yeah, could he become the next greyhound since Ando's Mac to win the Melbourne Cup, Warragul Cup double?
Well, soon no. Le Grand Quality was able to defeat Wes Woodley. I really like Le Grand Quality, and I think if he can just get past Whiskey Right in the run of the first corner, he is going to play a huge part in this race. Went 6.51, 11.21. The sections were outstanding. The run was outstanding, 25.40. You think he'd improve with another look at Warragul. He's going to be a big contender.
He will. So, box 6, what do you think of the box draw here for Le Grand Quality?
Look, I don't mind it. I would have loved to have drawn on the outside of Whiskey Right. If he had 7, Whiskey Right had 6, I'd say he's as good a good thing as you'll get in the Warragul Cup. He is going to need a touch of luck to either get in front of Whiskey Right or to let Whiskey Right go and then come around the outside, because he clearly does want to use a little bit of the track. But I thought he was very, very impressive. I thought Wes Woodley ran a really nice race chasing him down, and he has got some outstanding runs to his credit, sub 34 at Sandown Park. So that was the 4 heats. Of course, Hooked on Scotch withdrawn from the final. And it now leads to selections for the big one. I'm going to go first here, Georgie boy, because we're both on the same page. I'm going 5, 6, 7 and 1. I just think Crimson Viction, she's going to be the front runner, and at $6 I think she looks tremendous value. I've gone 6 Legrand Quality for second. I thought he and Whiskey Right clearly looked the obvious danger, just based on the fact if they can get around, sit second and third on the outside of Crimson Vixen, I think they'll go well. I've gone the 1 in for fourth, Wes Woodley. It's just a little bit of the X factor in the race to be storming home. What do you think, George?
Yeah, same numbers to start the year off, mate. 5, 2, 7 and 6, or at least the same numbers for the top selection. I just think she could catch a winning break here.
Yeah.
She's a tremendous greyhound. She still ran 25.50 and getting defeated last week. If she runs in the 40s, just a slight improvement, I think she'll be very hard to beat. Peter Gallo is the worry for me, depending on how close he is. He's got that freak factor. And then, of course, Whiskey Right, Legrand Quality, 2 outstanding greyhounds in very, very good form. But I'm just not sure about their box draw, the both of them. So 5, 2, 7 and 6.
I spoke to Norm McCulloch, the trainer of Crimson Vixen at Ballarat, and he said the thing that cost her there was the lack of race fitness she had going into that series. I know he was nominating for a free-for-all at Warrnambool, but there was no race on. He's now got the Ballarat Cup under his belt. He's also got the heat run here at Warragul, so I think she's ready to fire. $20 spend, I'll go $10 each way at the $6.
Yeah, I'm doing the same, and you're right, with a female like that, she had a pretty serious injury. For her to come back after that Bendigo Cup, she's a star. Look, it won't be easy for her, but we're all on at the $6 mark.
I think so. Just off topic, Simon Told Helen won the Silver Chief to start the year, first Group 1 of the year. How good is this dog? He is something very, very special.
Yeah, second fastest sectional ever down the back, 17.40.
And went 41 the week before as well.
Getting stronger over 5.25. I mean, if he begins cleanly, how do you beat him?
I don't fanboy at too many dogs, but I'm fanboying at this dog. He is unbelievable. Keep an eye on him. Let's get back to the Warragul Cup. It's Saturday night. It's Group 2 racing. It's going to be enormous. Is there anything more to add, Georgie boy?
Oh, it's always a good night out there at Warragul to kick off the year. They've got plenty of entertainment there. You were there on heat night. It was a really good crowd. I expect nothing different this Saturday.
Well, it's going to be a bumper night of chasing. Get out to Warragul this Saturday night. Group 2 racing. The year begins with a bang at the Warragul Greys.